Police Minister Senzo Mkono's contradictory statements regarding his relationship with Brown Mokgotsi have raised serious questions about his credibility and integrity of policing structures in South Africa. On 5 March, Mkono flatly denied knowing Mokgotsi during a parliamentary session after being presented with a photograph of the man who allegedly claimed ties to the minister. At the time, the minister said, "I don't know this person." However, in a sharp reveal, Mkono released a statement this week acknowledging he had in fact met Mokgotsi, describing him as just a comrade, not an associate, and said, "I've never requested or received anything from him." This apparent backtracking has drawn sharp criticism from experts and observers. Professor Jean Stein labeled the about-face deeply troubling, suggesting it may point to deliberate obfuscation rather than innocent confusion, and said Minister Mkono's initial distancing from Brown Mokgotsi, followed by later acknowledging him as a comrade, is highly indicative of a strategic recalibration rather than a mere forgetfulness or confusion. Speaking to IOL News, Stein said the backtracking is a red flag, suggesting the minister's initial narrative was incomplete or deliberately misleading, warranting further investigation into their ties. The controversy deepens amid explosive allegations made by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who implicated Mokgotsi in attempts to influence police operations. According to Mkhwanazi, Mokgotsi, who holds no official police position, played a role in discussions surrounding the disbandment of a task team investigating politically motivated killings in the province. Stein called this revelation deeply concerning and said it suggested that politically connected non-official actors may be influencing operational decisions, undermining institutional independence. It compromises justice and enables impunity. The commissioner also accused Minister Mkono of colluding with a network of political and criminal actors, including Vusimuzi Madlala, a businessman facing murder charges. Mkono has strongly denied ever meeting or communicating with Madlala, but confirmed he initiated a review of SAPS tender awarded to him. That tender was later terminated. The minister also denied ordering the disbandment of a special task team investigating political killings in KwaZulu-Natal. However, a leaked submission letter signed by Minister Mkono confirms that he did, in fact, authorize the disbandment. The letter reads as follows: Dear General Masemula, directives on matters relating to crime intelligence, ports of entry, and political killings task team. I trust this correspondence finds you well in the festive season. In the past few months, towards the end of this year 2024, I have made observations on a number of important aspects on the South African police service and policing. For purposes of the letter, I'm focusing on the 3 aspects that require a very urgent attention to address some of the challenges at hand. Number 1, filing of posts in the intelligence division. All processes to file vacant positions in the division should be halted immediately. This applies to all posts in provinces, including those of provincial heads of intelligence that are currently vacant. It also applies to all posts currently vacant at head office. This should be the position until substantive discussions between the minister and the national commissioner take place sometime early next year. Ports of entry. It is common cause that all South African ports of entry are managed by Border Management Authority, with SAPS playing a critical role in the same space, which cannot be overemphasized. In line with this role, SAPS personnel impact and efficiency should be reviewed from time to time, with an objective of enhancing their role in improving security in the country's ports of entry. In terms of Section 207, to direct that you develop a new plan in this regard and present it to the next ministry. Management Executive Committee meeting later in January 2025. Key reference points to include but not limited to the following: a comprehensive analysis of the current challenges of security in the ports of entry and exit, the SAPS perspective, a comprehensive operational and remedial action plan based on a policy of rotation of staff members, among others. Political killings task team. In 2019, a directive was made to the National Commissioner of Police following the Mourane Commission report even though not following directly from such that an interministerial task force to be established. The key mandate was to stop, investigate, resolve unresolved matters of politicians in the country, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. My observation in this regard, as indicated above, is that further existence of this team is no longer required, nor it is adding any value to policing in South Africa. I therefore direct that the political killings task team be de-established immediately. Further, that a preliminary report in this regard be submitted to the Minister by the 20th of January 2025. The final and closing report must be submitted to the Ministry Management Executive Committee meetings late January 2025, the date of which will be communicated as soon as possible. Yes, sincerely, Minister of Police, Mr. E.S. Mchunu, Member of Parliament, dated 31/12/2024. To make matters worse for the SAPS minister, an audio recording was leaked in which he is heard speaking about his associates.
Address the portfolio committee, including ukuthi kunomuntu akhuluma naye oyi-close association yami wamtshela ukuthi kukhona into eyenziwayo ngaphakathi ukuthi axoshwe. Ngangazi-ke uyamsho lo muntu manje lo muntu amshoyo ucomrade nje wase-North West. Akadweze edepartmentini. It's not my close associate as ayesho lapha. Uma ngila-understanda lelo gama umuntu nje oyafone ngey'nto zakwa-ANC, not izinto ze-department. Ngimbona it was last year. Ukuhlangana nje naye at his request ezodiscuss enye into yakwa-ANC futhi. Ambona-ke Jothonke. Ngabona nomalima-ke entweza naye, yabona entweza nje ikhuluma eralini yakhe.
The explosive allegations were made on Sunday by KwaZulu-Natal Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who has fingered Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, his close associate Brown Mokgotsi, and Deputy National Commissioner of Crime Detention Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya as key and central tenets to the alleged interference in police operations, including the disbanding of a task team investigating political killings. Mkhwanazi said at the time this was done without the authority of the National Commissioner, nor I, as a provincial commissioner, was ever informed. 5 of these dockets had instructions to arrest perpetrators, but nothing has been done. They are sitting in an archive in his office in Pretoria. God knows why. During a marathon press conference on Sunday, Mkhwanazi declared he was combat ready and that he was willing to die for the people of South Africa. He accused the police ministry of interference in police operations and detailed how the minister and his associate Mokgotsi had been entangled with a SAPS service provider, Vusimuzi Ket Matlala, who had been awarded a 360 million rand tender with the law enforcement agency in 2024. In May 2025, Police Commissioner General Fani Masemula repulled the contract, citing that Matlala's company should never have made it past the first round during the bidding process. Mkhwanazi said the recent arrest of Matlala on attempted murder charges led police to uncovering, through cell phone analysis, a web of alleged corruption involving the service provider Mokgotsi and the minister. Mkhwanazi said on January 1, 2025, Mr. Mokgotsi sends a WhatsApp message to Mr. Vusimuzi Ket Matlala and it reads, "I have arranged a meeting for Sibiya and the minister. They must have a solution." Another message reads, "The task team that came to your house and harassed you have been dissolved." They got the letter on Monday. As we speak, they are bringing all dockets to Sibiya. The dockets were eventually sent to Sibiya in March. Mkhwanazi said further analysis of Matlala's phone revealed that the tenderpreneur was supporting financially the political endeavors of Mokgotsi and the minister, and said this is supported by evidence of conversations and the proof of payments of guests for January 8, traveling costs and gala dinner in Cape Town, we have the proof of payments. On the following day, Matlala received a copy of a letter from Mokgotsi confirming the disbandment of the political killing task team. Mkhwanazi Mchunu had denied in Parliament in March under oath that Mokgotsi was his associate. According to Mkhwanazi, the police minister is in cahoots with Sibiya, disbanded the political killings unit and retrieved the case dockets for them to be locked up under lock and key in Pretoria offices of Sibiya. Mkhwanazi further said that some of dockets had uncovered a crime syndicate involving underworld figures, politicians, prosecutors, judges and senior police. He said the forced closure of the political task team unit, allegedly engineered by Mchunu and not by the Police Commissioner General Fanny Masemola, has sparked the rising tensions and a series of events including the arrest by IDAC of the coordinator of the